after Lil Wayne was ignored for the Super Bowl, we decided to take our time and let everyone know how Jay-Z actually started working with the NFL, then became the guy who selects the artists that perform at the Super Bowl. Now what you're about to see might be one of the greatest finesses of all time. And it all started with Colin Kaepernick taking the knee.
For the hand of the free.
Overnight, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick refusing to stand during the national anthem again. This time, he took a knee right behind hundreds of service members being honored on Military Appreciation Night. As the crowd and players stand, you can see Kaepernick kneeling on the sideline, teammate Eric Reid joining him.
The protest began at the start of the 2016 NFL preseason. Initially, Kaepernick's protest did not get any media attention. It went unnoticed for like 2 weeks. This protest actually began by him sitting during the national anthem. However, he switched to kneeling to show more respect to former and current U.S. military members, while still protesting during the anthem. Kaepernick's protest eventually caught everyone's attention on the 1st of September 2016, at the final preseason game of the San Francisco 49ers. Now everyone was talking about Colin Kaepernick. The attention also came with more pressure. Now he was booed every time he touched the ball, but his teammate Eric Reid also joined the protest, and Kaepernick also protested even with the socks he wore.
As the crowd and players stand, you can see Kaepernick kneeling on the sideline, teammate Eric Reid joining him.
Going to stand.
And he's receiving heavy boos here.
The crowd booing every time he took a snap.
He's entitled to his opinion. We fought for that. I just think he's a jerk.
And now the quarterback sparking new controversy for wearing these socks, showing police officers as pigs. Those scandalous socks drawing criticism from law enforcement officials across the country. Police in Vermont tweeting, "Wealthy, privileged person's free speech dehumanizes an entire group of human beings." Sound familiar, Kaepernick?
Kaepernick defended his choices and explained that this was only a peaceful protest against racial inequality and police brutality.
What are you trying to accomplish? What would you like this to be the end game for you?
That's basically. Ultimately, it's to bring awareness and make people, realize what's really going on in this country. There are a lot of things that are going on that are unjust, people aren't being held accountable for, and that's something that needs to change. That's something that, this country stands for: freedom, liberty, justice for all. And it's not happening for all right now.
The Take a Knee protest spread like wildfire, with other NFL players and athletes joining the protest and kneeling during the anthem. During this period, this became the most popular topic in the news. But this protest reached heights not even Kaepernick could have imagined, when President Trump stated that any player who knelt should be fired.
Luther and I, and everyone in this arena tonight, are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, "Get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!"
Cap now had the U.S. president talking about it.
Some owner's gonna do that. He's gonna say, "That guy that disrespects our flag, he's fired." And that owner, they don't know it. They don't know it. They're friends of mine, many of them. They don't know. They'll be the most popular person for a week. They'll be the most popular person in this country, because that's a total disrespect of our heritage. That's a total disrespect of everything that we stand for, okay? Everything that we stand for.
You might even argue that President Trump actually did the quarterback a favor, because after his comments, it was now cool to kneel during the anthem, as everyone wanted to defy the most powerful man in the world. It's almost like Trump made it legit, and now everyone, including NBA stars and almost every athlete and celebrities, were now joining Cap's protest. And this is when Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, aka Hov, decided to lend his voice and join the protest too. Now, to be fair to Hov, he's actually done some work on prison reforms and criminal justice in the past. In an interview with Vance Jones on CNN, Jay stated that he's in total support of Kaepernick's protest and even called the quarterback an icon for fighting for what he believes in.
So I got a question for you. Colin Kaepernick. You know, I mean, here's a guy, he is now, I think, an American hero, sticking up for civil rights, sticking up for police reform, sticking up for the First Amendment. He's a legend. He's going to go down with the Muhammad Ali's or whatever. But he lost his job. If you were his sports agent, Jay-Z is the sports agent for Colin Kaepernick, and before this all happened, he came to you and said, I want to do this. Would you have said, do it, don't do it? What would you have counseled the brother?
Oh, 100% do it.
Wow.
I mean, look how many people play football. They're not all going to be him. Like, you just put his name next to Muhammad Ali. Would you rather be playing football, getting your head dinged in, or would you rather be an iconic figure for the rest of your life? A job that could...
Jay stated what Kaepernick is doing is more important than football, and that the quarterback is simply fulfilling his purpose.
I think people, again, we confuse the idea of having a job with fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah, you turned into church.
Everybody's like,
Getting the support of a figure like Jay-Z was very important for Kaepernick. It was now public knowledge that one of the richest and most powerful black men in the country supports Kaepernick's cause, and he announced it on a platform as big as CNN, so Kaepernick's protest was surely on the right track. Jay-Z then wore a Colin Kaepernick jersey for his performance on SNL, which only gave publicity and credibility to the cause. Then, while headlining the Meadow Music and Arts Festival in Queens, Jay actually dedicated a song to Kaepernick, which made everyone believe that he was fully on board with the quarterback's protest.
Yes. I want to dedicate this song to Colin Kaepernick tonight.
Jay-Z has also had his issues with the NFL in the past. On the song Ape Shit, he revealed that he turned down a chance to work with the NFL and perform at the Super Bowl. And in his interview with the New York Times, he stated that he turned down the opportunity because the NFL insisted that he brings Kanye and Rihanna on stage and perform the song Run This Town. Jay explained, I said no, you get me? That is not how you go about it. Telling someone that they're going to do the halftime show contingent on who they bring. I said forget it. It was a principle thing. On the other hand, for Kaepernick, the same season he began the protest will be his last season in the NFL. By the end of the season, there were several rumors that the San Francisco 49ers were planning to release Kaepernick. The team stated that Kaepernick did not fit the scheme that the new manager wanted to run, but everyone knew the quarterback was being forced out of the team because of his Take a Knee protest. Kaepernick opted out of his contract in March 2017. He was blackballed in the league, and despite his talent, no team offered him a contract. Kaepernick had lost his job because of a peaceful protest against injustice. He was simply being scapegoated for his on-field political statement. However, at least Kaepernick still had the billionaire Jay-Z supporting him. But this will soon turn out to be one of the smoothest finesses anyone has ever pulled off. The Kaepernick protest did hurt the NFL. Their TV ratings continued to fall, and even the halftime show wasn't deemed as attractive anymore. Several artists did not want to be associated with the NFL because of the bad press that the Kaepernick situation brought to the organizers of the show. Rihanna stated that she turned down a chance to perform at the halftime show in 2019 because she didn't want to be a sellout or an enabler. So, the NFL had to find a solution, something to show that the league isn't racist or supporting social injustice. And on the 14th of August 2019, everyone was caught off guard when the NFL commissioner Roger Goodell announced that they had entered into a long-term partnership with Roc Nation and Jay-Z to become the league's official live music entertainment strategist. It was calculated and ruthless, Jay-Z at his finest. Jay had used Kaepernick's protest in the Take a Knee movement to make a move and finesse his way into the NFL in the halftime show, whilst betraying Colin Kaepernick. The same man who called Kaepernick an icon was now working with the same people who are responsible for Kaepernick not having a job. He had used Kaepernick and his movement to get a big fat paycheck and also the power to select what artists perform at the Super Bowl. When Jay-Z was asked about whether he abandoned Kaepernick's protest, he stated that there were two types of protest, and now he was trying to change things from a place of power.
Two parts of protesting. You go outside and you protest, and then the company or the individual say, I hear you. What do we do next? Right? So for me, it was like actionable item. What are we gonna do with it? Like everyone heard, and we hear what you're saying, and everybody know, I agree with what you're saying. So what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So reach millions and millions of people, or we get stuck on Colin not having a job. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, there's no better definition of a sellout. Jay was then asked about why he had taken a role with the NFL. This was when he came up with one of the best lines of his career. Jay-Z claimed that we had now moved past kneeling.
I think we've passed kneeling. I think it's time to go into actionable items.
Jay-Z was also asked if Kaepernick was in support of him taking this role and working with the NFL, and he skillfully danced around answering the question.
Jay-Z, have you spoken with Cap? If so, what was the conversation? If not, why not?
I would never tell you what me and Cap's private conversation was about, but we spoke, yeah.
Jay claimed that he spoke to Kaepernick before taking this role. However, Kaepernick's partner, Nessa, revealed that Jay-Z never spoke to the quarterback before taking this deal. Even Kaepernick's lawyers stated that Jay lied and never spoke to the player before doing the deal.
Till today, Kaepernick still doesn't have a team and his football career is practically over. For the NFL, Jay-Z gave them exactly what they wanted. They got access to black audiences, culture, entertainers, influencers, and so much more. He was used by the establishment as a black alternative to counter a legitimate black demand for fairness. He had been pitted against his own. After Jay took over, all the sins of the NFL had been washed away. It was now cool again to do the halftime show. Rihanna even agreed to perform after initially turning down the chance because she didn't want to be a sellout. And for Jay, he could also use his selection to settle some old scores like he did with the Lil Wayne issue, and by almost stopping 50 from performing with Dr. Dre and Eminem at the show.
When did it come about? Like, how did 50 Cent become involved?
Well, I got the call before the ad went out.
Yeah, I hope so.
But look, when I wasn't in the ad,
right?
Because of Jay-Z and them was putting it together. Mm-hmm. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.